Hey everyone. So we're going to talk about this. The truth about S-E-X. We're on YouTube, so I'm spelling it out and I may exchange the word for intercourse. When we have intercourse, we are joining our bodies to another person. Bodily fluids are being exchanged where DNA is being mixed together. That's a covenant that's being made physically and also spiritually. It's no such thing as a casual session, if you will, casual sex. No such thing, because your DNA is being mixed in with somebody else's. That's why we can have bloodborne pathogens being transmitted from one another just by the act of joining our flesh together. That's why we can reproduce and have children. The bodily fluids come together and our DNA, the mixing of our DNA come together and form another person who has the DNA from that father and that mother. And you can test it and find out if this person is the father. You can test it and find out, who the mother is. What we need not do is be ignorant of these things, because a lot of brokenness come about when we want everyone, or I'll say man and woman were created for each other. It's a natural desire. Actually, after the fall of man, the Bible tells us God told Eve that man would rule over her, meaning he would be the headship of her, and it also means covering, so it's a good thing, ladies, and that her desire would be for her husband. So it's a natural desire for us to want to have someone to hold us, someone to engage with intercourse and bring about all those hormones, those feelings, that affection. But that is meant for your husband, because of physically what's happening, it's a blood covenant. Many times, and covenant is an agreement. It's an agreement that you're making. The many accounts in the Bible tells us that a man came, he took his wife, he lay with this woman, and she became his wife. So a man came into a woman, took her, and she became his wife. It's a joining. The joining of flesh is a covenant. And we just spoke about what physically happens is not, you are your business and my business. No, not when you come together. Now you've agreed and you're mixing together everything that they have going on and everything that you have going on. So it's important, and it's a beautiful thing, because intercourse within a marriage. Within a marriage, meaning the Word of God tells us that a man leaves his house and be joined to his wife, his father's house, and be joined to his wife. For that reason, those two come together and they become one. When you join yourself to someone in covenant, you are now walking within the same vision. The Bible tells us, how can two walk together unless they agree? And the Bible also tells us to not be unequally yoked. So a true marriage is two people coming together with the same vision, the same goal, within the order of how God orchestrated it. He tells us that Christ is the head, then man, woman, and that's the order of the household. So what you find is that within that order, you're safe. Within that order, you're free to express yourself in that way. Don't, out of sex, frustration, frustration, give yourself away just with anybody, just with everybody, someone who you are not married to. It will not produce anything but issues, problems. The Bible tells us the wages of sin is death. That's what the Bible tells us. This is YouTube, so they don't like to use that terminology, but that's what the Word of God says. So know that it's more than just getting pregnant. It's more than just thinking you're going to lie down and get up and that's going to be the end of it. No, you have thus changed some things when you mix with someone else. You have. And here's another issue with it. Everything is okay until it's not. We shouldn't let lack of discipline put us in a position where now we have a child that we have to support on our own. Within marriage, the masculine and feminine, the covering of a husband, the support, the help, the love that is meant to carry and establish a healthy family, that's taken away when you're just casually procreating with someone whom you haven't joined your souls in marriage together to. You're physically marrying your body, but the souls aren't joined together. The life is incomplete. Don't find yourself where now you have something, an STI, an STD, that now you have to live with because, again, everything is okay until it's not. Not everything you can get rid of. And now how you are able to interact with your children, say you have children, now you may not be able to give them blood. You may not be able to breastfeed. You may not be able to be in other relationships if you're very sick because of something. You merge yourself with someone who was not walking in agreement. So, the truth about S3X, wait until you find someone who is submitted to God, so you know they will lead you properly. And if you two are walking together, you have eyes enough to see what that person, how they're walking. You have eyes enough to see how you're moving, because people can fall and make mistakes. But if you see that, you're able to detect that, and from there, you have a better covering, a better way of understanding that, okay, say you're with someone and they step out and they have this illness now. First of all, there are always signs. When it comes to being intimate with someone, and if you're intimate with God and they're intimate with God, you are noticing things about this person. You're going to the Father. The Father will tell you things about this person. And you'll know whether or not you two are joined within the same vision. And someone who's looking to honor God is not going to dishonor you. They're not. And their walk will tell you. One thing we cannot do is take a person at their word. Give person time to see what they do. This is kindergarten. But guess what? I found myself having to learn it in my early 20s. Show and tell. Don't let a person tell you something. Give it time. See what they're doing. What they say who they say they are. Give them time to show you who they say they are. You can look at their consistency. You can look at the things they involve themselves with. You can look and see how they treat people, how they reverence God, and just what comes first to them, how they order and structure their lives. So what we want to do is walk about knowing what we're doing. because there are no voids in the spirit. There are no voids. It's something always taking place. Nothing that we do, we're just doing, and it's nothing that happens after that. No, something has indeed happened. And this is another reason why we ought to abstain until we are married, because we want to be whole. We want to walk in wholeness. And a lot of times if we find ourselves with people who are Jesus said it he told some men who were questioning him about something. He said, you are of your father the devil. There are some people who that is who they are following. They're not following God. They're following their father the devil. If you find yourself in a situation like that, and now you're trying to figure out, oh, all these bad things keep happening, they keep treating me this way. Look, God given us free will. He's given us power to choose. He's given us love, and he's given us a sound mind as well. So we have free will. You can't say, God deliver me from this situation with this person, yet you're coming into agreement with them. You're sleeping with them. If he come against them, he has to come against you. No, what you do show what you come into agreement with. So come out of covenant with that. The Bible tells us to flee fornication because it doesn't produce anything good. And don't give the best of yourself. Everything, because it's a pleasurable thing meant for marriage. Don't give the best of yourself to somebody who don't know you, somebody who's not committing to you, somebody who's not for you and not walking for you. If you can't go and commit before the courts and before God, and us join ourselves in society, because that's what we're living in, walking in together, then you're not looking to join yourself with me, and we can't walk together. I'm not giving you the best of me for you to have, but you not to cherish, you not to produce blessing in my life, but cursing. So that's the truth when it comes to intercourse. Let's have healthy, wholesome marriages. Let's not fall for the deceits and the trap of the enemy, which would tell us, keep walking down them same patterns and find yourself like that person. Because we all know somebody who's just been they're 30, 20 plus years, 20, 30 plus years with somebody who is not committed to them. And you see just what's missing out of the whole relationship. You don't want that for yourself. We want whole relationships. I love you all. Be blessed. Have a good day.